Welcome back to the No Script Pod. Today we're talking about Avatar Aang, the Last Airbender movie on Paramount Plus. I think the biggest topic around this movie, even though, there's a lot that goes on in the movie, is that it was leaked and dropped on just Paramount Plus and it didn't have a theatrical release, right?
Mm.
So my first question is, do you think that, because you don't know the Avatar lore or anything like that, and you're just watching this as a movie, as a standalone film, do you think that that movie deserved a theatrical release, or do you think that Paramount made the correct decision and that they should have just dropped it on streaming?
I think every movie deserves a theatrical release. But if you want me to be honest, do
Hmm.
do I think this movie would have made a lot of money? No,
No.
I don't think so.
Okay. And what was the reasoning for that? Like, why do you think it wouldn't have made a lot of money if it had the even if it had the marketing?
To be honest, it seemed very generic.
Yeah. I think that's
Yeah,
probably the biggest complaint I've heard is that it's, I guess, predictable. It's a little bit
it
generic.
kind of it feels like a kid movie, like
And well, yeah, I mean
not
that's I
as
guess it is kind of a kid movie, I guess you could say. It's always been. But I,
yeah.
I agree that
But I
I
mean,
think
like if I
that
compare it to Kung Fu Panda,
right.
it's like mm.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I do think that there's a lot of I do have some issues with this movie. And like I think they rushed things and that's probably the biggest crime that they committed. But yeah, it's just it's generic. That's what I've heard from most people. That's the biggest complaint. And so was the generic nature of it due to the villain? Did you clock right away that he was going to be the twist villain, or did it
Mm-mm.
take you a while to figure that out?
I did not know he was going to be the twist villain. I
Mm,
didn't know if it was like something you needed to know about his character beforehand.
right.
But no, I didn't think he was gonna be the twist
Yeah.
villain.
No.
I actually thought the story was interesting before that.
Right.
I wanted to see what happens when he finds these other people.
Right.
Like what will be their motivation.
Yeah. Exactly.
But
Yeah. I
yeah.
think the biggest problem is that the original show did a lot of showing, not telling. And this movie does a lot of telling, not
Oh yes,
showing.
yes,
And that's the
bro.
biggest problem is that they fit so much in that they have to just exposition dump the entire
Dump in
time.
exposition, bro.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
that's probably my biggest complaint.
Yeah, me
Like,
too. Is the
holy
exposition
fuck.
dump is insane.
It was one it was one scene, bro, when what's the water Katara
Katara, yeah.
when she brought him back to life and he just said everybody's name.
Yeah, exactly.
It was so
Zuko,
funny.
Sokka, Toph.
It's
And
like,
yeah,
man, this is so corny, bro.
exactly. Yeah, and that's I think my biggest. I think my big thing is I think they should have made this exact storyline because I think that the story is great. Like I really do like the story
Yeah, I
itself, and I
like the
think
story too.
that it really does deal with something really traumatic. And they could have, if they just fleshed it out more, it could have been better. Like instead of there's one scene where the denied, they're the group of non-benders that they want power, right? And they're about to attack the gang, and she's like, and where was he whenever they wiped out your family, and where was he during the 100-Year War when he was just gone? Instead of telling me that, start off the movie with like a flashback of what they did to her family. Show me,
Yeah, show.
like, spend the time, like, have an entire movie to where you can spend the first act of this movie as just in the entire thing. That's what I feel like they messed up on is they put 3 movies and then just turned it into 3 acts of one movie and got rid of all the character building
Yeah,
moments.
yeah, to be honest, it just felt like a long episode.
Exactly.
Like it didn't feel like a movie
I
really at
I
all.
agree. That's kind of how it felt for me too, honestly. What did this movie make you want to check out the show at all? Or did it kind of deter you from watching the show?
No, I would check out the show.
Yeah.
I've heard the show is like one of the best shows ever.
Yeah. I mean, I think it is. I mean,
Like the best show ever.
it's definitely my favorite, and I think that personally that maybe statistically Breaking Bad might be like the best written show of all time.
Mm,
But I think what Avatar did is incredibly special. Like I
mm,
guess what Kung Fu Panda does to where like it brings crazy adult themes is comedically hilarious for kids, in different ways comedically hilarious for adults, and just blends emotion and all that together into one.
Yeah.
Like that's what I like. Breaking Bad is just like drama. Like there's no funny, happy moments. Whereas like Avatar does the best of what I love of animation
Yeah.
and Kung Fu Panda, Cars.
I will say one thing though, the comedy in this movie, even though it's a kids movie,
Mm-hmm.
was extremely corny. When
Yeah.
I compare it to like Justice League, the animated series, or like Batman.
I agree.
Like,
yeah, I think they try to get in, because also a lot of the stuff, like there's stuff like with like the scenes with like a cabbage guy.
yeah,
Like that's like a callback to the show, because he shows up periodically throughout the 3 seasons, like one episode per season, and like the gang like messes up his cabbage stuff. And so it's like a callback to that.
Okay.
Each time it's actually funny in the show because it's once every like 24 episodes or something like that. So it's fine and it serves its purpose, but like they have to call back because he's such like a crazy renowned character, in the lore of things.
Yeah.
So it's like stuff like that. They have to fit all this fan service while mixing it with like comedy, and I don't know. It didn't land quite as well as what I hope it would have, I guess. Like I see the flaws in it as a movie. And I just wish that Paramount trusted them enough, or maybe even if it's the writer's fault, they trusted themselves enough to just actually make a good trilogy instead of fitting this all into a mess of one movie.
I thought the lore was interesting though.
Yeah.
Like that's the main thing. That's why I would watch the show. The only thing that would turn me off from watching the show is if Aang is like he is in this movie. Like it's Aang.
Yeah.
Aang was kind of annoying in this movie.
Right.
Like he was like Barney, bro, just too good.
Yeah.
Is he like that in the show?
No. No. I mean, that's the thing, is that they almost take caricatures of them and throw them into this movie. It's like, okay, so there's this famous, like, not famous, it's this one episode called The Ember Island Players, and it's basically at the end, the very last season, right before the big battle. It's a 4-part big battle episode series. The very last episode, they do a recap where they go to a play where they were written into the show or whatnot. And so they do the recap that way. And it's always this like over dramatic version of themselves. It's kind of how I felt about this. It was like they took like in the Ember Island Players episode, Katara is like this preachy crybaby. She's always crying and stuff like that. And she gives like these over emotional speeches. She does that in the show, but they make sense. But when you put it into this one episode and you over dramatize it, it's corny.
Right.
And that's how I feel about it in this. He is the no kill, like he is the guy that, no kill, the airbenders believe in not killing, they're pacifists, etc. So that part, that is him. But he's not like that in the show.
Okay, yeah.
It's not as over dramatized.
Yeah, because I was like, damn, this guy's acting like a fucking PBS character.
Right. I mean, and also in the show, he's literally 12. Like in the original show, he's literally, so it goes off better. He's cartoonishly funny and he's a kid. He's got kiddish moments for sure, but he's not, I don't think he's quite as corny as he is.
I wish he was like more flawed in the movie. Like my favorite part of the movie was when he wants to continue the journey and Katara's like, no, we need to go back. Like that was my favorite part because that was the only time he had
conflict.
Yeah.
Well, they have like in the show, you have more opportunities for conflict. Like different characters have their moments to where they're the creation of the conflict within the friend group, and they just have more opportunities for that. Whereas this movie, it's again caricatures of themselves. So, he is a goody two shoes kid at the end of the day, but he has a lot of scenes and a lot of moments. Like there's an arc where he really does go on some anti-pacifist like arc.
Damn.
And he doesn't end up actually killing anybody, but he gets very close a lot. So based off of like the actions that some people do to him in the show. And so, but he learns from it. it's one of those things where like you get the time in the show to have proper arcs.
Right.
This you don't. You just like he's just a goody two shoes, and then he has that moment with Taga and Katara and all of them, and goes against them, but he's just right back to it. You know,
Yeah.
it just doesn't
Yeah.
feel fluid.
One thing that did surprise me was seeing Zuko, because I've never watched the show.
Yeah.
I thought he like dies in the end.
Mm.
So now I want to watch it and see what happens with that.
Right. Yeah, no, he
Yeah.
doesn't. He does not die. But I mean, he does. I mean, he comes close a few times for sure. But you know,
Okay.
ends up not dying. Yeah. What do you think about? I think also another one of my big issues with this movie is the power scaling, because in the show when his eyes glow, they call that the avatar state, and basically the lore behind it is that he is a reincarnation of the avatar, and they go through each tribe, goes in a cycle. And so the glowing eyes is them challenge or putting their power in wit through them. They're basically acting on behalf of him. But later in the show, he finds a way to where he's able to control it himself. So it's not so much a defense mechanism. It's more so he can just tap into the extra power boost. But this show, it's like in this movie, it's every moment.
Yeah,
in the show, it's a big deal. Like he does it very slim. And in most of the show, not to spoil it, but he goes through an arc to where basically he like loses the ability to do it. So a lot of the time he just literally can't do it. And so all the cool feats that he does is just him. But now he has this insane power boost anytime he does anything difficult. So now it makes him look weak. You know, like that's my problem with them. He looks weak. And so now they have to invent with the staff like an extra power boost on top of it. Like the original power boost isn't enough anymore. So now we got to invent this like new one to where when he throws the staff in the ground, he gets like ultra insane mode, ultra Avatar state mode, and now he's able to defeat the bad guy.
Yeah.
You know, like I hate that trope, and they fall into it. So I love the movie and I love what it brings to the lore. And I think it's an adequate addition, but I just wish that they could have done more with it.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's all I wish.
I do have a question for you though. Are the airbenders the only ones allowed to be the avatar?
No. So that's the thing. Like when it cycles through. So it goes. So the one before him, it's a reincarnation thing, and before him was a firebender, and so it goes fire, air, water, earth. That's the cycle.
Okay.
And you know, not to. I guess if you end up watching it, because this is actually a pre-sequel, because it falls in the middle of Avatar: The Last Airbender in the sequel series, The Legend of Korra, which follows the Water Tribe Avatar after Aang dies. So like that's, you know, the reincarnation cycle of him. But yeah, so that's kind of the lore behind it. And the very first Avatar was a firebender that we find out in The Legend of Korra.
Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, and they take a lot of take a lot of lore from just like Eastern theologies, like Buddhist and stuff like that. That's how they're all, you know, like the Water Tribe is the Inuits, and the firebenders are supposed to be like Imperial Japan, and the airbenders are like Buddhist monks, and earthbenders are like Beijing, China.
Interesting. Like sort of thing. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check the show out, man.
Yeah, really good show. Wish the movie could have done a little bit better, but you'll learn this. I think they did a very impressive job of not breaking the lore. Like they really, because we know, like basically I knew that Taga was going to be a twist villain because we know in The Legend of Korra there are no airbenders. Like it was there was like, well, I guess we find out that because Aang and Katara have kids. So the only airbenders that are in The Legend of Korra is Aang's son Tenzin.
Okay.
So I knew there can't be any more airbend. Like we would have heard of this new guy.
So you knew he wasn't making it.
Either that, yeah. I guess I knew that he wasn't gonna make it in the end, whether he died a good guy or a bad guy. You know.
Yeah.
I kind of knew that was kind of coming. So there's stuff like that to where like I like how they were able to wrap it up. Like he gave all these people airbending so that they keep it. Well, now I guess when the staff gets broken, they lose their power. So that's how they're able to have a story and not break the lore, I guess. You know, but I do like that they put the intention of not breaking the lore at all. Because it was also announced that they just dropped the trailer for the next sequel series, which is the Earthbending Avatar following Avatar Korra, which comes out in October this year.
Interesting. Okay.
So, yeah, that's
not
been
in theaters, or is it?
No, it's streaming. Well, it's a TV show.
Oh, it's a show.
It's a show. It's they're announced that it's 2 confirmed seasons with 13 episodes in each season, so 26 episodes confirmed. But I also heard a rumor that they've already been confirmed within the studio for 4 total seasons. So, you know, I hope that that helps with things so that they can just build one continuous story, because that's what I love so much about the original show, is that there is a clear goal. Yeah, I don't think you quite find out the goal until maybe like the 4th or 5th episode of like the end episode goal, but that's it. The show just goes for that one goal and that's it. Done. It's not episodic or not periodic, whereas like later on in The Legend of Korra, there was a lot of studio issues, and so they went one season at a time and wrapped everything up each season, which made people dislike it because it's a bit sloppy. So, you know, I hope the Paramount starts to trust them more. I hope it does successful so that they can trust them more and may put out better projects.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I think a live action one might do pretty well. I think the only issue is that you can't do like solo installments, really. Like they seem like a team that has to be together.
Yeah, well, originally what was planned was when they first announced the studio before Larry Ellison bought it, is that they announced 3 movies. One was, or 4 movies, an Aang movie, a Zuko movie, an Avatar Korra movie, and then Avatar Kyoshi, which you don't find out in here, but she's a past Earth, the most recent Earthbending Avatar before Aang.
Interesting.
And she's a fan favorite in the fandom. So that's what they originally planned, but basically all of them got sidelined once Larry Ellison bought Paramount. And, you know.
Damn.
Because, I mean, you could see why he might not like the show and what it teaches. It's about a guy entire culture being genocided, and you know what I'm saying? What's some countries abroad doing right now? I'm not naming any names or anything, but
yeah, I don't mean to go back to our last episode, man, but I'm also wondering how Disney is going to tackle Magneto.
What do you mean by that?
Well, Magneto is a Holocaust survivor, and he's a Jew in the comics, and he's evil.
Interesting. Yeah.
Like, is Disney gonna try to
change that a bit? What if they make him like Palestinian or something? Or like Iranian or like Lebanese or some shit. Yeah. All right. I don't think I have quite anything else, man, for that. I think, you know, it was a decent movie.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, man. But hopefully this will give you the courage to watch the show or whatnot and talk about it.
Yeah, I have to check it out.
All right. If y'all enjoyed this episode, leave a like or rating. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below, and we'll see y'all next week. Peace.